The Game of the Week is brought to you by HR Clough and Kearsarge Heating, the home energy specialist. La Valley Building Supplies for home improvement and construction from concept to completion. Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire. Ramonto's Brick Oven Pizza in Claremont, always fresh. And by Kasasa, free checking that pays. Now available at Claremont Savings Bank.
Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide here from Hanover, New Hampshire, where they're set to start the second quarter of play. Lebanon Raiders leading 18-8 over the Hanover Lady Marauders. Lebanon basketball to start this quarter. 3-point attempt from the corner. Anna Wolke, no good. Gets her own rebound. And Lebanon will reset. What'd you see, Andrew, in that first quarter of action? Obviously, Lebanon comes out to a big lead. But Hanover, maybe they'll fight back a little bit and get in a little bit better of a rhythm.
Yeah, Lebanon clearly the better team in that first quarter. They're making a lot of smart passing, taking a lot of high-quality shots. Lebanon kind of seems to be forcing some passes, forcing some shots. Definitely the Raiders owned that first quarter, clearly by the score.
And here's Hanover. McCorkle goes up and gets fouled. She'll go to the line. And if you're Hanover, really, they've had the possessions and they've had the opportunity, but they're either turning it over on the perimeter, which is obviously terrible when you're turning it over 25 feet from the basket,
right? Or
they get inside and they can't get their shots to fall. So something's got to give here for this Hanover team, because really they're not this much worse than a Lebanon team.
Right, yeah, you know, Hanover, just like you said, they're definitely making some ill-advised passing, and I think also Lebanon has just been playing some pretty solid defense so far.
Oh, and the pass there off Schwartz, but bounces right back to her teammate who passed it to her, McCorkle, and Lebanon will get the ball. Looks like Schwartz is okay, just a little shaken up. That close range pass off the face.
Yeah, she clearly felt that one. Definitely was not expecting that pass.
So back to the line now as Lebanon is in the bonus. They will be in the bonus for the rest of this half, and only 3 more fouls to get to the double bonus. And Rebecca Wright back to the line. Her first one is up, no good, and the front end of the 1-and-1 is missed. Rebounded by Jessica Siebel. Hanover looking to get in that offense, set it up. McCorkle, she'll run the point, but pesky defense by the Raiders and stolen away by Wright. Wright tries to take on 3 Marauder defenders, not able to get that one away. Tipped out of bounds. It'll stay Lebanon basketball. Not really the smartest play to take on 3 defenders, but luckily no turnover.
Right, yeah, she probably should have set up the play, just held it back beyond the 3-point arc. But, you know, she did get the steal. She won the 2 points, and Lebanon did retain possession.
So they'll inbound here. 6:42 to go. They do get it out to Wolke. Nice move by Wolke. She's not able to get it to fall, and rebound goes to Ella Edmonds, the freshman guard.
Ooh.
Nice move there by Schwartz. Breaking down her defender off the dribble, but she can't get the layup to fall, and basically that's been the story so far for Hanover. When they have good looks, they don't get them to fall, and the other half of the possessions are turning the ball over.
Our next YCN Monday Night High School Game of the Week will feature the Windsor Yellow Jackets traveling up I-91 to take on the Thetford Panther boys. Game of the Week premieres at 8 p.m. on Wednesday nights. Check your TV schedule for additional airings.
Leah Mays of Lebanon with the turnover. It will be Hanover ball when we come back. Welcome back. YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide. 18-8. Lebanon with the lead. 2 minutes into this second quarter, and I don't believe we've had a basket yet.
Yeah, I believe you're right, Jeremy. A lot of combination of, I think, good defense and not so great offense.
Yeah, right there,
Yep.
double dribble, and she knew it exactly when she put the ball on the floor again. Call there by the refs, not really a question mark. Lebanon will inbound, and Hanover picks up full court pressure. But able to break the press all the way to the hoop, and the foul. Lebanon going to the line to shoot 2.
Stay tuned at the end of our telecast for the H.R. Clough Kearsarge Heating Turning Up the Heat Player of the Game, when we'll pick the top performer in tonight's matchup.
First shot is up and good. So Lebanon now leading 19-8. Really, it's been all Lebanon so far this game. Hanover not able to get into a rhythm at all. Second free throw is up and no good. But rebounded right back to the shooter. And no good this time. Hanover, McCorkle looking to run. She's got Schwartz up ahead. Hannah Schwartz kicks it back out to McCorkle, and they'll try and reset. McCorkle for 3, yes, and it's good. So the first signs of life maybe for the Lady Marauders as McCorkle gets the 3 to fall, cutting that lead down to 8 points. The baseball pass, full court pass, gets it all the way down to Cassidy Rogers, and Lebanon will reset. Tipped away, and it will stay Lebanon basketball. And I apologize if this is incorrect, but I believe that number 14, Zoe Soul, she's listed as number 4 on the roster. And I have not seen a 4 out there. So from what I've found out, we'll try and confirm at halftime that that's correct. So I apologize if I'm misspeaking, but I believe it might be Zoe Soul wearing number 14 for the Raiders.
Yeah, and a foul by Wolke there, pretty obvious foul. She got the ball stolen away from her. She wasn't about to let Hanover get an easy layup. Made the foul midcourt. I think that's probably a smart foul.
Well, especially when you only have 5 fouls, 5
Right.
minutes left in the half, and you really, I mean, it's never good to make a huge foul that far from the basket, but in certain situations, it's not a bad thing. Now Hanover trying to set their offense back up last time down the court with the big three-pointer by McCorkle. This time they get it into Siebel. She passes it inside, errant pass, and tipped away Lebanon basketball.
Our replays are being brought to you by Kasasa. Free checking that rewards in cash each month. Ask for Kasasa at Claremont Savings Bank. Qualifications and rules apply. See bank for details. Member FDIC.
Lebanon leading 19-11. 4:08 to go, and that's the type of foul that you don't really want when you're Hanover with 8 fouls already in the first half, 25 feet from the hoop, sending Hannah Wolke to the line. Be 1-1. Front end is good. She'll get the second one. Now the 20-11 lead here in the second quarter.
Stay tuned at the end of today's Hoops matchup for the Ramontos Brick Oven Pizza Play Pick of the Game. Ramontos Pizza, always fresh.
Second one is up and good. 21-11 as we approach the halfway mark of this second quarter. And Lebanon certainly has had Hanover's number today, 21-11 lead, but also last year, the first game of the year, the Wexler Cup at Lebanon. Lebanon won that 39-19, and then Lebanon winning again at Hanover, much closer, 45-41, but it was Hanover who went further in the NHI AA Division II playoffs, getting all the way to the finals. Nice work there by Diana Schwartz, picking up the foul, drawing the foul, excuse me. And that'll be 6th team foul. The first foul on Ella Edmonds. Well, for the surprising fact that how poorly at times Hanover has played on offense, they're still right in this game with a couple of possessions, get right back into it.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, only down 10 points. And a lot of these players were on the team that made it to the championship last year. Like Diana Schwartz, who was a freshman last year, now a sophomore, so can't count these Marauders out. They definitely have the talent. Let's see if they can make a comeback before halftime.
And Diana Schwartz at the line now. Front end is no good, but Ella Edmonds tips the rebound around. It's going to be a jump ball, and it will stay with the Marauders. 3:24 to go. First half here, winding down. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide in Hanover, Wexler Cup. Second game, boys played first. Lebanon boys coming away victorious. And McCorkle's shot is long. Nice rebound there by Bardales. And she'll go to the line and shoot two when we come back. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back. YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide. First of two free throws, Bella Bardales, up and good. The 5'7" freshman. Second one is up and just off the front iron. No good, 21-12. Lebanon in control. And a little out of control on that one. Madeline Hastings, a little too aggressive, picking up the travel. Hanover basketball.
Hey local sports fans, YCN Sports Talk hosted by Jeremy Stout is on every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. And my YCN Sports Wrap is on Fridays at 7:30 p.m. for weekly highlights of high school sports in our region. YCN is your local view.
So the ball goes off Diana Schwartz. Turn back over to Lebanon. Yet another turnover by the Marauders. They've certainly shown flashes here in this first half, but have not been able to put it together. Nice pesky defense by Schwartz, tipping the ball away, but at least making Leah Mays work and keeping this Raider team on their toes.
Yeah, Diana, a very quick player. Looks like she couldn't quite set her feet on that one.
Yeah, that was an interesting call. She clearly didn't have her feet set, but Sol kind of looked like she had her elbow up as she was driving, and the referee gives the call to the offensive player in that situation, and he did there. So Sol will go to the line and shoot a pair as Lebanon is now in the double bonus. Hanover with 10 fouls. So for the last 2:46 of this half, every time a foul is committed, Lebanon will be shooting two. First one up, no good.
Tune in to YCN's Outside Television in high definition on Comcast HD Channel 713 or Channel 21 for all the outdoor adventure.
Second shot up and no good, but rebound bounces around. Loose ball on the floor. McCorkle and Wainwright tied up. And it will stay with the Raiders. Quick inbounds pass to Wright. And as we mentioned, she has the height advantage on this court. Just lobbed it in to her. She put the shot up, fouled, and she'll go to the line again, shooting two. Only 3 points here for the Raiders in this quarter. Wright gets it to go. She'll make it 4 points in the quarter, 22 for the game. Second free throw up and good for Wright. 23-12, the 11-point lead. I believe the largest margin so far tonight. From the corner, Ella Edmonds' shot doesn't fall. It's the side of the backboard. Schwartz comes away with it. Puts it up, no good. Nice rebound there by Bardale. She's not able to get it to fall, and we'll go back to Lebanon. They're going to try and break here. Outlet pass to Mays. No good. McCorkle had it for a minute, then lost it. Tied up. That should be Hanover basketball. So, Andrew, we're seeing some pretty fast-paced offenses from both sides, but just not able to connect. Really, on either side, a slowly developing game on the offensive side, but they're running up and down the court pretty fast.
Yeah, really, I think a little too fast. I think they need to slow it down. Try to put a little bit more touch on the ball. There have been a number of layups that have really just been rocketed off the backboard. And they've had some relatively good looks, but I think these girls just need to calm down a little bit and play their game. And there's a nice layup.
There's a nice layup by Bella Bardales, the freshman. But as we've seen in past games, we've done a few games now this season, and we see the turnovers and this transition defense, and sometimes there's some good defense being played, and sometimes it's hard to pick up. It looks sloppy, but when you got hands in your face, it's easy to turn the ball over.
Right, yeah. Definitely a lot of good defense. These girls have been swarming the paint, really taking away the close shots. But Lebanon definitely a little more composed, at least so far in this one. But I guess we'll see what happens in the second half when they come out of the locker room, talk things over.
A little confusion of who's in the lineup for the Marauders, and Bardale's come back in. Lebanon ball. 1 minute, 30 seconds to go before halftime. Nice drive by Wright, spins, gets the shot off, but fouled in the act. She'll go to the line for 2.
Tune in every week for the River Valley and Kearsarge Chronicles, the who, what, where, and when shows of our region. They premiere at 7:30 p.m. every Tuesday and Thursday right here on YCN, your local view.
Rebecca Wright's first free throw is up and good. The freshman center made her presence known today, made some nice shots, aggressive inside. With that height advantage, she's been at the line a number of times. Second free throw up and good, extending their lead back to 11, 25-14. Inside 90 seconds to play in the half.
Well, like you said earlier, Jeremy, Rebecca Wright, clearly the tallest girl on the court, 6'2", and she's a freshman. I mean, she's really going to develop into a great player, and so far, I think she's been the best. She currently has, 12 points, it looks like, so far. She's really been a huge factor for the Raiders.
So almost half of the points. And nicely done there. There's Schwartz, some nice defense on the perimeter. Yeah. Not able to get the layup to go, but McCorkle is there to pull the rebound down. She can't get it to fall. That'll be Lebanon ball. But then the tie-up goes back to Hanover. So inside a minute, Hanover would love to cut this lead down to single digits and go to the locker room trailing by 9 or fewer after the first half that they've had. They'd like to forget.
Yeah, and Schwartz was well defended, so it wasn't going to be an easy 2 points, but that was another instance where it looked like she should have just slowed things down. She did rocket the ball off the backboard, and they did have a Hanover player right there for the rebound. She also rocketed the ball off the backboard. So the Marauders really need to take a deep breath and slow things down and play their game.
So the refs are going to discuss possession here. We'll step aside and come right back. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide here in Hanover, New Hampshire, where the Wexler Cup is being played between the Lebanon Raiders and the Hanover Marauders. The boys playing already, Lebanon winning that game, and now Lebanon Lady Raiders leading handily here in the second game, 25-14. Playing some nice defense there is Hanover, and they do get possession back, so with 18.8 seconds to go, they have a chance to cut the lead down to single digits.
Yeah, it probably would have been a good play for Lebanon to just kind of dribble the ball up on the key, just bring it back and forth, get some good ball movement, try to get the last shot, but now Hanover has the ball. See if they can cut into this deficit. Oh,
and a turnover there. That one by Olivia Pierce, the senior guard, and she's got to do better than that. Just a tough turnover so far from the hoop when you have a chance to finish the half strong, not what you want to do.
Yeah, both teams, I think, feeling the pressure of this one, especially Hanover down by 11.
Looked like it was a turnover for a second.
Yeah.
Oracle had possession of it, but she had her foot out of bounds. So Lebanon basketball, 3.4 seconds. Maybe get a chance to get one more shot off. Into Sol, she fires a three-pointer, no good. Rebound by Hanover, but they can't do anything with it as the horn sounds. That'll do it for the first half here from Hanover, with Lebanon leading 25-14. We'll step aside and come right back with the halftime show brought to you by Echo Communications. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
You're watching YCN's Game of the Week halftime show, brought to you by Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire.
Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide, and Andrew, a first half that was pretty much dominated by the Raiders of Lebanon, 25-14. Give me some statistical leaders for that Lebanon team. I know Rebecca Wright was probably the leading scorer in that half.
Yeah, absolutely. Rebecca Wright, the 6'2 freshman, she scored in that first half 12 points, and she's really been the driving force for the Raiders. She has a number of good rebounds and some steals, and she's looked good at the free throw line as well. She's hit at least 5 free throws. She's really been the heart and soul of this Lebanon team so far.
And for Hanover, they've had some promise, and they've had a lot of offensive possessions. They've just looked sloppy at times, sometimes turning the ball over thanks to the Lebanon defense, very pesky, and also some unforced errors. We've seen a couple times some bad passes and dribbling off their feet, but who's led the way for Hanover?
Well, Hanover doesn't really have one clear-cut leading scorer. I mean, from what I can see, McCorkle, with her three-point shot, she seems to be the leader with 3 points. A number of players have scored 2 or 1 point at free throw line, but for the most part, not one player has really emerged for Hanover. And if I'm the Marauders, as poorly as they played in that first half, they're only down by 11. This is a pretty low-scoring game so far, so maybe 11 points is more than we think. But, just down by 11, still another half to go. If they can kind of calm down, settle some things, put up some, drawn plays, they have a good chance to come back and win this one.
So if you're Coach Dan O'Rourke in the locker room, you're telling your girls, hey, you know what? We're not out of this by any means. Couple possessions, a couple baskets, we're right back in this. So just stay calm and play your game.
Yeah, if they can shut down Rebecca Wright, I think Lebanon will have a hard time putting points up because she's really going to be the one player they're going to go to a lot. But yeah, exactly. Hanover, they just need to settle down, play their game. They know they can play better than this, and hopefully their coach can instill that back into them, and their star players can really step it up a notch. And I think all of their starters have at least one foul, so there isn't one player that's really in foul trouble so far. Golder has 2, McCorkle has 2, but for the most part, they're not in foul trouble, so if they just stick to what they know, make some good plays, they should be all right.
All right, so that's the Echo Communications halftime show. We'll come right back with a second half after this on the YCN Game of the Week.